to Paradox View. Today, I will be sharing one of the famous unsolved mysteries about a man who caused trauma which badly hit the pride of the FBI. Some call him a smart gentleman who hijacked the Boeing 727 sipping on bourbon and soda, while others refer him as a rotten criminal who extorted $200,000 in ransom, creating a cold case in the US aviation history. Dan Cooper, the Pirate of the Sky. On November 24, 1971, on the eve of Thanksgiving, a man calling himself Dan Cooper approached the flight counter of the Northwest Orient Airlines, gave $20 to purchase a one-way ticket on Flight 305, a 30-minute trip to Seattle. At takeoff, he gave the flight attendant, Florence Schaffner, a note. At first she thought he was teasing, but when she read it, it stated that he had a bomb and he wanted her to sit by him. The note was printed in all capital letters and later he claimed to get it back. Cooper opened his briefcase to show her 8 red cylinders. She was terrified and he put forward his demands: $200,000 placed in a knapsack, 4 parachutes, 2 front parachutes and 2 back parachutes, and a fuel truck standing by in Seattle to refuel the aircraft upon arrival. She then rushed to the cockpit and informed the pilots about this, and when she returned back, she saw him wearing dark sunglasses. He must have been a cool dude. The pilot, William Scott, contacted the Seattle-Tacoma Airport Air Traffic Control, which in turn informed the local and federal authorities. The flight landed in Seattle and he insisted them to taxi to a remote part of the runway. He traded the life of 36 passengers for money. He also asked for a few cabin crew members to stay in the plane. The plane was then refueled and cleared for takeoff. Cooper demanded that the plane should fly below 10,000 feet. 2 F-106 fighter aircrafts were seen to be trailing the hijacked plane. A little late in the night, he told the crew member to join the other colleagues in the cockpit and stay there with the doors closed. She, however, noticed that he was tying something around his waist. Soon, the pilot got an indication that the aft stairway door was opened, which resulted in a subjective change of air pressure. They were losing the cabin pressure. A Boeing 727 is one of the commercial planes with rare stairs. Cooper jumped out of the 727 somewhere in Reno, Nevada with parachutes and knapsacks of money. This was the last activity of Cooper which was recorded, and he was never to be seen again. Sources say that during his jump, the air was freezing -4 degrees at that height, accompanied by strong westerly winds. This has been a mystery from then till now. The FBI came into play. Everyone were alerted about this and there were sketches drawn from witness statements which were circulated throughout the US. The ones who were with him gave identical descriptions about Cooper, saying that he was 6 foot, weighing approximately 180 pounds, in his mid-40s with brown eyes, and his voice was described to be low with no specific accent, and they also mentioned that he spoke with a brilliant vocabulary. There were more than 800 suspects found and eliminated over the past few years, in which the agents spent thousands of man-hours. Boeing aviation experts went through the captain's flight report. They then figured out that he jumped out at the time when the pressure change was reported, and this helped them to nearly trace his drop zone. A huge search team was appointed to cover an area up to 28 miles. The manhunt had started. Helicopters, planes, nearly 40 to 50 FBI agents and military got involved with a number of groups in the search. For weeks they went on manhunting but could not find a single clue. Investigators also said that he was much more familiar with aircrafts and parachutes than a normal average person. In April 1972, Richard Floyd McCoy, the first suspect, was arrested for hijacking the Boeing 727 in a similar way, but he couldn't match the way Cooper looked. The FBI went through an emotional roller coaster for years. Then, almost a decade after hijacking, the FBI found some clue, which was given by men collecting firewood on the banks of the Columbia River, where they found bundles of moldy cash. The money found in the middle of the bundle matched the serial numbers of the stolen money. However, this led to a confusion among the agents because it was found on the opposite direction of the search area. Assumptions were made that Cooper buried the money just to provoke the FBI. He had also left a tie back in the aircraft, which was examined but gave no possible accurate clue about him. There were thousands of suspects interviewed, but none of them turned out to be Cooper. The case remained unsolved. Did the hijacker possess the skills to complete the mission? Is he alive or dead? Was on a debate for more than 40 years. When he got on the plane, he was just another normal passenger who called himself Dan Cooper, but today, after hijacking, he is referred to as the master criminal. Surprisingly, every year after Thanksgiving, a party was held in Cooper's honor where people cheered him because he could get away with it. He also inspired several authors, documentaries, movies, and even caused a major alert in the security of the aviation. This was all about the Cooper heist. Thanks for watching this video.